Almost.
I think we did it though, honestly.
Let's just go with it. Absolutely. 100%. Kia ora and welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy, say something gay. Gay. And I was feeling like I needed some tea. So I made some tea yesterday. So I'm drinking some beautiful pomegranate green tea in my cup mug. And I'm not going to do the whole thing because there's a lot of liquid in this, but cup mug.
Logan, I would love some tea. If you can hand me some tea in your cup mug, please.
Absolutely. Here you go, Lana.
Thank you.
No, wrong way.
No, you did it right.
You didn't.
I did. It was coming from the... Oh, no, I didn't.
Here you go. Here's some more, Lana.
Thanks, Logan.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
Here, take it back.
Oh, thank you. Okay, that was actually a pretty smooth transition at the end. There we go. But you can get your cup mug and plenty of other cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. And we do ship internationally, so there are no excuses. We're looking at you, Australia, New Zealand.
Mm-hmm. 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 And since we're talking about me, I'm Lana, your resident diva, here to get the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea. Because you know, I love me some tea. Her. So if you have some tea, like Logan did, and offered me some, hit me up and give me the tea. Period. I am not drinking tea. I have some tea. I could be drinking tea. But my brain didn't tell me to go grab tea. No, my brain said grab a strawberry Sunkist.
I mean, that's fine too.
Because that's what I wanted to drink. So.
Because eventually we will be sponsored by Sunkist.
We should be.
I wish.
I wish too.
That sounds great.
That'd be great.
What else was great was this episode of Drag Race Down Under, our penultimate episode of the season. It's literally going to be over next week. We had a finale 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
We had a finale this week.
Yep.
And we have a finale next week.
I love that. I love finale.
We will be back down to 3 Drag Race seasons at a time for now, which I think is a lovely number of Drag Race seasons to be covering.
Great round number.
And 3 great franchises, and we are losing another great franchise.
Yes. With
Down Under ending next week. This episode was definitely an episode of television.
It was.
Sure was.
Things happen.
We have a lot of thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So, we come back into the workroom. Mother Bumper is gone.
Sad.
Was it her time? Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Am I sad? Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
Me too.
I'm sad. I love that she came in and she was like, hey girls, you're all bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. Let me know if you need some work. Bumper. She's like, let me know if you need a booking. I still got you. And Isis had a really emotional moment with that too. Because Bumpa is someone that gave her a really big start in drag, and so to lose Bumpa is unfortunate.
Right. It was sad. We love Mother Bumpa around here.
We love Mother Bumpa.
I think it was her time, but she did amazing while she was there. Enjoyed all the moments that Bumpa gave us. And she said we can pull up to her Bumpa anytime. So
it sure will.
Sure will. Period.
So we come back in the next day. Not much happens because RuPaul just walks immediately into the workroom. And we find out that our maxi challenge for the week is the makeover challenge. Makeover.
Woo!
And we are making over dogs and their owners.
Such a cute idea. I thought that was so cute.
I did love it.
I thought it was very cute.
I did enjoy it. And so Isis, for winning last week's Maxi Challenge, gets to pair up the teams. And there's really no sort of, shade towards any of the pairings.
No.
Isis picks the model, basically, for herself. And she couldn't have been more sweet.
Of course.
I did think it was interesting, though, because we had 3 women and 1 man.
Yeah.
And so Gabby was kind of at a disadvantage because she's the only person with a male makeover partner. And I mean, that is obviously going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
I don't know why they just couldn't get
4
women.
Because
there has to be another woman with a dog
I'm sure.
In New Zealand who would want to do Drag Race.
I'm sure.
I know one myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because imagine Bethany on this.
I would have screamed.
I was like, I'm pretty sure she has a dog.
I think so.
Could you imagine if it just like pops up one day and we're like, oh my god, we know her?
Right. I would love that.
I
would.
But yeah, I mean, all of the makeover stuff in the workroom is just lovely.
It's lovely, but it's very typical. It's like very good stories. People finding out why they wanted to, why they wanted to do this, and family life and things like that. And it's like, oh, it's beautiful. It's very sweet. We learned about some trauma, some issues that people were having, why the dogs saved them, why the dogs meant so much to them. It was a sweet moment all the way around, but it's like very typical Drag Race makeover moments. It was, excuse me, very good, but typical and good. I liked it.
Definitely. Yeah. So talking about, Tina, Isis's partner, and her partner, Let's Go Lesbians.
Yes.
We learn about Grace and her partner, and her being with her partner through all of the stages of their transition, which is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Arlene not really having any real confidence in herself, but
lost her best friend. Suicide.
That was
sad. It was trauma.
I was like, oh my god. Okay.
She was like, but the dog was right there with her because he felt her pain. And the dog helped her through her pain. I was like, that is very sweet. And that's what dogs do. Generally, they're like very much in tune with their owners and who, and they can feed off of their energies. If they're feeling sad, they're like, oh, what's wrong? And they're under you and they're, allowing you to pet and cuddle. That's what dogs do. And I love that.
Yeah. The person having all the struggle. Great. Grace was struggling. Aaron was struggling too with Gabriella. Mm-hmm. But Grace was having a lot of issue with, even wearing heels.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that everyone ended up coming to a good place where it seemed like everybody was good with what they were doing.
Yeah.
So
it was really just a good time, nice moments here and there, and sprinkled with some things. It was, if you watch Drag Race and you've watched the makeover challenges before, it was very typical, but in a very good way. In a very good way.
And Lana knows that now because she's watched enough Drag Race to say that.
I have. I've watched enough makeovers to say it was very typical.
Yay!
Look at me incorporating my Drag Race life into all of this stuff.
I'm so proud.
If you want to see me react to more, though, I have some Drag Race things that I've never seen, and that all of my panel and other fans around the world have been chiming in on things that I should watch. So this goes for you too, Down Under girls. If you have something that you want me to watch and react to, you can put it in the comments below, but I am not watching a single thing until we get to 1,000 subscribers. And that's where you come in to help. You subscribe to this channel. Get us to 1,000. I will watch all the Drag Race stuff that you all suggest that I watch, and we'll make it. And so, yeah, y'all just respond. Tell me what you want me to see. Lana reacts to all your Drag Race or anything else y'all want me to react to. Y'all let us know. But we got to get to 1,000 subscribers. So subscribe.
And we're so close.
We're so close. We're close, but we're not there yet. And I'm not watching a single thing until we get there. Nope.
It's true.
Nope.
She has not done any of it.
I won't do any of it. Okay. But back to the regularly scheduled programming.
Yes. I mean, honestly.
It's time for the runway. Cover girl. Put your face in your walk. Okay, all of that. Head to
RuPaul, looking like RuPaul.
Let your whole body talk. You look at me knowing RuPaul stuff.
And
what? Look at me watching Drag Race.
I'm proud of you.
Knowing RuPaul song. Period. Okay. The category is Drag Family Resemblance, Doggy Style.
Doggy Style.
Oh.
Spicer.
I mean, if we didn't know it was real dogs, I'd be like, ow. Ow. But
well, there was only one bottom in the room, and it was Aaron.
Yeah. Anyway, we move.
First up, we have Hollywould Star with Avis Star and Ruby Star.
I thought they looked adorable. They look like stars. They look like stars.
They did. I thought this was really good. I think the unfortunate thing for Holly is just, I think she was the third best in this episode, and unfortunately at this point in the race, that just still means you're in the bottom two.
I think it was cute. I honestly didn't think she was third best, but that's just me personally.
Fair.
Yeah.
I definitely see where you're coming from with that. Because I know who your third. I know your entire placement.
We talked about it. Right.
We talked about it.
For sure.
I think for me, the difficulty here is just I don't think the garment does anything for Ava's shape, and I don't think their makeup. Holly did a little bit more exaggerated makeup on Ava than she does on herself. Like it was a little bit bigger, and I think it's just small details. Also, this challenge is so completely arbitrary; it means nothing. Like it, yeah. For me, I thought she was the third best of the evening.
For me, I didn't, but I still liked it.
Fair. Scores.
I would give this an 89.
I love that. I'm gonna give it an 80.
Okay.
Give them an 80. I mean, next up, Isis Avis Loren and Venus Tina Loren and Neptune.
When you have someone who can sew a gown like just whip one out like Isis can, I expect nothing less. And Isis just gave us Isis. Isis did what Isis does best. She whipped up a gown. She had a beautiful model. I don't know if I like the model's makeup as much as I like Isis's makeup, but because it makes her face look tiny. Like it looks like she has a small face and a big head. You see what I'm saying? If you look at her picture, she looks like her head is so much bigger than her neck and face, but her makeup makes her face look smushed in. But Isis' makeup looks amazing, but they look great next to each other. So I understand why she is the favorite of the night, and she looks amazing. It looks great. I'm not mad at it.
I mean, what has she done wrong this season? Nothing, honestly.
Except make her model look like she got a baby face.
And see, I don't even mind it. I think the makeup actually translates really, really well onto Venus.
Looks smushed.
Fair. you know, I think it translated really beautifully. It's always going to be a plus when someone knows how to sew.
Always.
So I mean, I love that they are similar but
But
different
different.
enough, but giving the same vibe, and that's really the way to exceed
Yeah.
and succeed in these challenges.
Yep.
So
She did what needed to be done. I'm not going to
she,
front.
yeah, where's my banner?
She
Where's
did
my
what
banner? She did what needed to be done.
she did what needed to be done for
She
sure.
did what needed to be done, and that's what she's been doing all season. And I've been constantly impressed with Isis.
Mm-hmm.
So, scores.
I would give this a 97.
It's full.
The makeup for me just ain't doing it, but that's the only
That's fair.
doctrine. But yeah.
Fair. Next up, we have Flor, Rosa, and Burrito Bouquet.
I
You better work, Burrito.
I think Burrito killed the runway.
I think Burrito is the winner of this week's Maxi Challenge.
Burrito is the winner. Burrito is so cute. I'm not a dog lover, but I want Burrito.
Yeah.
Like Burrito is so dang cute. Good. So dang cute. This was my third favorite of the night, honestly.
Fair.
I thought I was like maybe my fourth favorite.
Really?
Because I really like Gabriella's look.
I wouldn't say more than this personally.
Okay.
All right.
I think personally this might be my fourth. But I ain't the judge. I liked it. And see, this is the thing. All of them are good. Everybody is good. They did a really great job. It's just if I have to pick in favorites and whatever, this probably would be my fourth favorite. I think the gowns are lovely. I think they look cute, but I'm like, resemble. See, this is the. And I don't want to bring race into this, but I'm going to bring race into this because it's easy to say a family resemblance when they look like the person. And this is a family resemblance because they look like each other. They look like they could be aunt and niece. They look like they could be mother and daughter. They look like they could be that. Like they naturally look like that. So they didn't have to do a whole lot of work to have a family resemblance. Same thing with Isis. But with Gabriella and Hollywood, it was just the difference. And you have to work harder to make a family resemblance. And so when they said Hollywood's wasn't a family resemblance, I'm like, yeah, unless you wanted her to come out and be very disrespectful, it ain't gonna be no family resemblance. But I'm like, but okay, but I get it. But I'm sure they're like, well, you need to have more. Your makeup needs to be similar. Have you tried to put black women in white women and black women makeup and saying vice versa? It's a difference. And we need to accept that there's going to always be a difference when it comes to different races of people, when it comes to makeup and how we can put it on and how it translates and all of that stuff. And the same thing with Gabriella. She had a whole man that she had to deal with, and he's a darker skinned man as that. The family resemblance is just not going to be there, evidently. So they had to work around the system. Flor and this lady look like they could be related in and out of drag, period.
Yeah.
Isis and that lady look like they could be related in and out of drag, period. I love the gowns. I think they look stunning. They look beautiful. But I don't think it took that much work for them to accomplish family resemblance.
Okay.
Me personally.
I definitely agree with everything you are saying, and I definitely think this is a flawed challenge, and it has been for years. And RuPaul specifically usually uses the makeover as a way to get rid of someone I like unintentionally. It always happens. So, and I didn't even. We'll talk more about the other thing later because I forgot something that happened in the workroom. But
oh.
I actually really enjoyed both of these garments.
Mm-hmm.
They're similar enough, but very, very different. I think Rosa looks very tall, which is something she is not.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought she looked. There was a very statuesque. Statuesque. That's the word. Statuesque way that she was, presenting herself, and I thought Flor did a really good job. I thought Flor did a good job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Scores?
Yeah. Scores, I would give this a 80.
For Flor, my Flor score is going to be a 90. And that is my Flor score.
Love that.
And last up, Gabriella Labucci with Isabella Labucci and Bellini Tower of Pisa. She should have won just for that name for the dog.
It was so stupid. It's great.
Hello?
The Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Oh, Gabriella Labucci.
I love her. I'm just gonna say
I love you, Gabriella Labucci. I adore you. This is not good, but I adore you.
I disagree. I kind of like it. I kind of love it, actually, because you look sexy. You look amazing. Y'all gave me a reference that I love. I'm a Flintstone kid, so watching the Flintstones growing up, this is beautiful to see it. And you had a challenge. You worked around it. You made it the best that you could do with it. I loved it. I loved it. And I love the performance of it. The fact that you and Isabella gave us a show with the dog and Leaning Tower of
Bellini,
Tower,
because the dog's name was Billy.
Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Oh my god, I just got it because it's also kind of Bellini.
Bellini, right? That's Bellini Tower of Pisa. So smart, so dang smart. Gave us a show on the runway, did tricks and everything. I think y'all had the best performance out of everybody. I loved this. I thought you did great, Gabriella. I enjoyed it. I got it. I appreciate it. You were my third favorite.
I definitely enjoyed it, and I definitely liked it, and I definitely think their performance was the best on the runway. However, you can see all of a lot of the mistakes that were made in the creations of the garments are very noticeable. The hem is not where it needs to be on her garment. All of the cutouts are a little weird. I think Isabella's actually looks a lot better in that regard, but it's so basic. And I understand that she had to scrap her entire first idea and do this instead. But when Holly's coming out the way that she looks, when Isis is coming out in the way that she looks, and when Flor is coming out in the way that she's looking, this, for me, does not stack up.
She gave me concept. She gave me a reference. She gave me, that's what Wilma and Betty wore. That's the outfit. That's what it looks like. It wasn't something that she would, if you can't do anything else to what the costume, the actual thing was.
You can.
You don't need to.
Sometimes
you don't. No, you shouldn't. You don't need to.
I think in this case she should have.
I don't think she should have.
We're gonna disagree on that, and that's fair.
Yeah, because I don't believe she needs to. I don't think they needed to do anything more than what they did. It was perfectly fine. It was beautiful.
Feels more, and I definitely understand exactly what you're saying. For me, this feels too cosplay of the characters and not drag.
Sure.
So,
y'all tell us who y'all agree with.
Yes, please. Scores.
Lana. I thought this was good. I'm going to give this an 83 because it's my third favorite.
I still think this is good. However, I am going to give it a 70.
Cool. So. Look at you having us fighting on this podcast.
I know.
Look at you, Gabriella.
Gabriella Labucci. Gabriella Labucci. So we got results. Because not much happens in Untucked. It's basically like Holly's like, well, I'm in the bottom.
Yep.
Okay. It's like quite literally how it goes.
And Gabri's like, yeah, probably me too.
And we go to the runway and we find out, guess what? That's exactly what
That's
happened.
exactly what happened.
But first, double win! Isis and Flor win the challenge. Good for them.
Good for them.
I think deserved. For me, I would sure.
I would switch Holly and Flor, but whatever.
I also think Flor should have won last week.
Me too. I think that's what they make it up
just
for.
Won this one, and I think it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, so because 2 people won this challenge, and there's 4 people on the episode, the other 2 are in the bottom. And that's just how it ended up going. So we get Gabby and Holly lip syncing to Not About You by Haiku Hands. This was a good lip sync.
It's a good lip sync.
Holly is claiming she knew all of her words. However, from my perception of her lip syncing, and I did watch the lip sync twice to make sure of it, because I was gonna make sure. For me, it looked like there were a couple moments of watermelon cantaloupe. And whether it was just you knew most of the words or the pace of the song, I don't know what it was. But Gabby had every word, every single word memorized and performed it. And it was a great lip sync overall.
I agree. I think Gabriella had every word down. Holly, I feel like she's maybe stumbled over a couple words. I don't think it was as bad as everybody made me believe it was before I saw it and got spoiled. Because, yes, I got spoiled. But everybody was like, oh, my God, Hollywood didn't know anything. I'm like, she knew the words. But I felt like she stumbled a little bit. But she did watermelon come up, I think, a couple words and just moved. And wherever she couldn't remember the words, she danced and did a dip, or she did a drop, or she spun around so you couldn't see. She didn't really know the words. But I feel like Hollywood outperformed Gabriella, but Gabriella knew every bit of the words and performed it well. That's my opinion.
I mean, to be honest, we both agreed before we came on here, it should have been a top 4.
It only made sense for it to be a top 4. Honestly,
it should have been a top 4. There's no universe it should have been a top 4.
No, because the 4 remaining were the best of the best. And if you want to go overall, who will make a great finale? The 4 of them would have made a great finale. But in this lip sync, Gabriella won this lip sync.
Yeah, and
that's what happened. Unfortunately,
we lose Hollywould Star.
I thought she would be in the finale. Honestly, from the get-go,
she thought she would be in the finale. She said everyone thought she would be in the finale, and we all did.
We all did, because she never missed on the runway. I can honestly say she's never missed on the runway.
Yep.
And I was just like, she's going to be in the final. And I kind of was hoping that RuPaul would make this a top 4, because it would make more sense. It would be a very exciting finale with all 4 of them getting to just perform and shine. But that's not what they wanted to do for this season, and they let go of Hollywould Star. I think that's a tragic loss for a finale. That would have been a great finale with her in it. But I
still think it's going to be a great finale.
Oh, it is.
Regardless,
it's just gonna be lacking a little bit of something with that Hollywould Star in there. But it's going to be a great finale with the top 3 of Gabriella Labucci, Flor, and Isis, Avis, Loren. All of them are great, and they're going to give us a great finale. I am not doubting it at all, and I'm definitely excited about it. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Cannot wait for this finale. It's giving me. I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to it drop. I will be watching it the second it drops, so nobody spoils me on it. Because I am not getting spoiled. But
and I also think this finale is one of the finales where I think it's a very open-ended race.
Yeah.
I think any of the 3 of them could reasonably win and be like, yeah, totally.
Makes sense.
Lana.
Yes.
In question and answer tonight, your question is, who do you want to win Drag Race Down Under Season 3, and why?
I would like Gabriella Labucci to win season 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under because one, I think she had an incredible journey throughout. She's very smart. She thinks about things. Her journey is something I feel like everybody should like be inspired by because she's still figuring out herself as a drag queen and learning she could be more than what she thought she is. I enjoyed her. And number 2, she followed me on Instagram and I love her.
That's fair. That's fair for sure. I am going to say the same thing. I think beyond the fact that, I think we've become pretty good internet friends with Gabriella Labucci over the course of this season. I really do think at the end of the day, if you're looking at the journey that these 3 finalists have been on since the start of the competition, I do agree with you. I think Gabriella has had the biggest transformation, has had the peaks and the valleys, and that's kind of what Down Under winners are known for.
Yeah.
Our first 2 winners did not have the perfect track records and didn't have, all of the bells and whistles and everything, but they have personality and they have a story. And I think a little bit more than the other 2 queens, I think Gabby really has that. And that's nothing to discredit Isis or Flor, because Isis has been so incredibly consistent this season. One of my absolute faves this season. Really, she never missed on the runway either.
No, she has
not. We talked about Holly not missing on the runway. Isis never missed on the runway either.
No, she has not. No, she
was so incredibly impressive. And such a diverse skill set of talents.
Mm-hmm.
And Flor is Flor.
Flor is amazing.
Flor is just Flor. Take it
I
to
feel
the
like
floor.
Any of them winning would be justified and would be a good representation. I would be happy for all of them. Yep.
Absolutely.
I'll be happy for all of them. They're great.
I want my winner to be...
I'm serving fashion tonight on the runway.
And that is Gabriella Labucci for me.
Yeah, me too.
Before we go, we have a very quick draft update because I forgot the one in our previous recording and Lana yelled at me, so I didn't forget the one, even though this one doesn't matter for Lana because it's the only one she's lost.
I'm very fair. I would have said the same thing in this one, even though I am not in it, because I lost.
Yes, we know Lana lost a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to talk about your score again. I've already done it a few times. I don't need to do it again. Kev is currently sitting in 4th with 9 points. I have bumped up. I've not loved up, but I have bumped up to a solid 3rd place with 18 points. David ends his season of the draft with 20 points. He is also out.
Yeah.
Losing both Bumpa and Holly back to back. And Mr. Talented is in 1st place with 24 points with just Isis.
And
so,
yeah.
So we will see what happens. We knew it wasn't going to be a long episode this week. Because A, there's 2 of us. And B, there was not a whole lot to talk about.
But we talked about everything that we needed to talk about. And
we didn't.
Oh, no, you got to talk about the beginning part. Yes, you do.
Oh, yeah, because the whole age thing pops up again for Holly.
Mm-hmm.
And Rue was like, well, I went and looked at your paperwork, and it says you're 34. And she's like, what do you mean, RuPaul? Who cares?
So
anyway.
Why are we looking
That's all I need to say. It was like, who cares?
Yeah, I didn't get that. I'm like, so she said she was 28 and she's 34.
Okay,
and a lot of women say we all stay in our 20s forever.
Exactly.
So let it go. Anyway.
that's all. So thank you
That's
so
all.
much for joining us for this episode of Drag Race Down Under. We'll be back next week with the finale.
Finale.
Ooh,
Ooh.
finale. Ooh. So hit all the buttons that you want to show your support for us. And if you hit the dislike, hit it twice. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at the Cut Pod for all the most up-to-date cut news and our funny moments, because we are some funny bitches. And while you're down in the description, you could also go follow me and Lana, because we're fun. And you could get your merch. Get yourself a cut mug. They're stylish, lovely, and retain cold very well, actually. My tea is still very cold.
And follow us on all of our socials at the Cut Pod on Twitter and TikTok
I
and
said that.
Instagram. I didn't hear you say the socials.
I did.
Well, I said it again. Because
Okay,
you
great.
can never be reminded too many times to follow us on the
Great.
socials at the Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Great.
Period.
Love it. Wonderful. Cheers, Lana.
Cheers.
Ooh, bye-bye now.
Bye.
Goodbye. So long. Farewell. Goodbye.
Bye.
Finale. Ooh.
Next week.
Who's your winner? Let us know in the comments